Okay, so we're going to be looking at volumes of different shapes, and this one, the first one we got an example of, is a volume of a cone. So if you go and look at your formula sheet on the back of your notes, you'll see that you've got a formula for cone. So volume of a cone, and on the back of your formula sheet it says right circular cone, which is what they are. So it says the volume of a cone is a third, and they said B times H, where B is the base area. So if you look here, the base area is a circle. So you could really say that the volume of a circle, the area of a circle is the pi r squared, and then we're going to times it by h. So that's how we find the volume of a cone. So we look over here. Now we've got to make sure all our units are in the same. So they are centimetres. And obviously we can see we've got radius in our formula, and they've given me that. So all I'm going to do is plug those values in. So it's 8.4 squared and then times by height. Now remember, volume is in cubic units. Okay, so we get the answer to be 110. Now it's set to 2 decimal places, so 1108.35 centimetres cubed. So that's the volume of this cone. Okay? So you might want to make sure on your summary sheet it doesn't write it like this here. So make sure you've got that written out on the back page on your summary sheet. Alright, so this one we're asked to find the volume of a square right pyramid. Now that is also on your cheat sheet, and once again they're saying it's the area, like it's written, the volume is the area of, it's a third times the area of the base times the height. So in this example we've got a square. So say we call this length and width. The area of a square is like the length times the width, and then we times the height. So you can see with these pointy objects like a cone and a pyramid, it's always a third of it, of the bottom shape, the base shape, and then times by the height. So if we were doing this one, so we're going to say the volume of the pyramid. So it's going to be a third, and make sure the units are all the same, and they're all in centimetres. A third times 17.5 times 17.5 times the height, which they've given me, 11.2. And we'll get an answer. Okay, so I get the answer to be 1143.33 centimetres cubed, because they asked me to 2 decimal places. You need to be, in your notes when you're doing this, or in your workbook, I need to be seeing all of this written out. So you need to actually, and up here, you should also have the basic formula written as well. Okay, so that's what I'd be expecting to see. And if you don't have that there in your workbook, boys, I'm going to start making you repeat your chapter work. So as I said before, when you have this pointed object, when you're finding a volume, it's always going to be a third times the base area, and that's why they write a B, times the height, and that's why we've been seeing that a third times BH. So in this example, we could go and work it out. We don't need to worry that we don't know what the area of a hexagon, because it looks like it is a hexagon on the base, because they told me what the area of the base area is. So I know what this is. I can just write 122 and I times it by the height. So as long as they're in the same units, so that area is centimetres squared, that's fine, and the height is centimetres, so they match in terms of centimetres, so that's okay. So then you just calculate that out. So 488, and it just said volume, so because it's a nice whole number, we'll say centimetres cubed.
Wait, isn't it actually 488?
Yep. Okay, with this one, we've got volume of a sphere. So a sphere is a ball, okay? So we talk about the sphere, and you can see here it's told you we've got the volume of a sphere, but it is on your cheat sheet. So volume of a sphere is 4/3, so you're going to type that fraction in your calculator. Then you'll times it by pi. Then you'll times it by the radius. Now be careful, it's the radius cubed. So when you're doing this, when you want to get a cubed on your calculator, so on the calculator, when you want to get cubed, you use the power arrow, which is next to the x squared, and then you'll go power 3. That's how you get the cubic. Alright, so if you look here, they've given me the radius, so we can see the inner circle to the edge, the inner edge of the sphere. So that's told me the radius, so we can calculate. So you're going to type 4/3 in your calculator times pi times 2.5 to the power of 3. So let's go give that a... So I popped that in my calculator and I got 6.5. Now it's set to 2 decimal places, so I'm going to got 4.5, and this is centimeters cubed because it's a volume. Okay, so just take note, we got that number on the calculator doing the power, and it put a little box there, and then you could put 3.